Well, Michael, Halloween is known to be a how do I say, a positive band. You
Yeah.
know, you talk about good stuff and good messages in your songs, and I think that's fantastic and necessary. But looking at the world as it is, you know, we recently been through the pandemics, and today you have many questions like all the Israel-Palestine issue. I don't want to make any judgment or take any sides, but I want to say that with so many bad things happening, is it hard or easier to keep bringing positive messages?
I think it comes more natural because I mean I have always had a spiritual approach to life, and the things that are happening now, I knew that they were going to happen. I mean, there have been in spiritual circles, it was known that when it comes over the age of 2000, that there will be lots of crisis and lots of things going down because an old age is ending, age is going to begin, and it's like a birth pain. Like old stuff which are based on lies, they're going to crumble. They can't last. Nothing that is based on a lie is lasting. They all crumble. But we are, as a humanity, very decadent at the moment. We have really lost touch with the sources of life, with the spiritual, with the divine. We either get lost in religions or in materialism and atheism. And then both are no solution. You need to really connect with the spiritual world. So it needs initiation, it needs spiritual paths, and it needs individual approaches to get somewhere. And that's going to take a while to get out of this mass and out of the societies that we have brought up that more and more become inhuman. We always talk about humanity, justice, human rights. Why do we talk about it all the time? Because it isn't there. We're missing these things. And it has to do with being very disconnected with the true sources, with our true selves. Um, but everybody in the band, mostly everybody, has always been like that. We always had this. Even Kai, when you listen to the lyrics he did on Keeper One and Two, they were kind of Future World, March of Time, Twilight of the Gods. You always had this sort of spiritual approach, and it was always kind of I'm alive. It was always idealistic, and it was always believing in good. Humanity has a lot of darkness. There's no doubt about it. Every human being has darkness inside. It's meant to be like that. I mean, God placed that darkness in everyone because we need to learn the difference between good and evil. And you only learn it when you experience it. So it's like this is why the world sucks the way it is, the way it does today, because we need to learn a lot of things. Times are drastically changing. Things are never going to be the same again as they used to be in the past. Things are really changing, but trust me, good things are going to come out of it. It's going to be a bit more trouble for a while. I don't know how long. It depends on how long we hold on to things that are wrong, but it's all part of the plan. I could give you prophecies from 3,000 years ago from Egypt, where Hermes is describing these ages. It comes from he describes the air becoming sick, like pollution, people being completely godless and like being more interested in the demons than in the angels and stuff. Like everything you see, or the one who is talking, who's bitching about the divine world will be seen as a hero, and the one who's still connected and loves the spiritual world and God will be seen as a fool. All the things you see today was already described there. But he also says that this is the end phase of these 5,000 years of sort of dark ages we had to go through. Because only when you get cut off the spiritual world, you can develop individuality. Individuality is the plan. This is why the star system is here. It's all about the I am, okay? And for that, we needed to get cut off for a while and become even atheistic for a while because it forces you to stand on your own feet, make your own choices, and get off the group soul kind of mentality and being guided and stuff like that. But we're right in the middle of a phase where everything is like revolution, like a big revolution happening within humanity. And every single one of us has to make a choice because it's not going to be done for you or for me. The choices I make, that's where the journey is going to go. And it's free. It's free will. If people want to go even more down, they can do that. If they want to go up again, they can do. It's a free choice. But that's why the world is so problematic at the moment. I mean, the way we can think, the way
Yeah.
we just talk, what I'm like 2000 years ago, that wasn't possible. We were still so embedded in the nature. We were still so embedded within the spirit. All the descriptions that the Egypts had was not fantasy. They were seeing the spiritual beings like that. We just forgot about it, but it's going to come back. But to make a long story short, that was always kind of the spirit within this band to a certain extent, and certainly for me. So you don't really completely drown in negativity because you see why that is happening, and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you just know nothing happens in the world that is not according to God's plan. And you can be sure about that. So it's like, yes, we are responsible. Every single one matters, and every single one is responsible. And there's nothing going to happen with you or me that we don't want. But whatever we decide to go, that's where the journey is going to go. And I think the old religious books call this apocalypses. An apocalypse is always when choices get provoked, like things get driven and brought to an extreme place that
Hmm.
we all have to make choices. Okay, what do I want? Do I want to become insane? Do I want to become evil? Or do I want to become a human being even more now? Do I want to become a truthful person or a liar? Do I want to be about money or do I want to be about heart? Do I want to be a slave or do I want to be free? And all these things get provoked in the time that we're in now. And this is where everything gets more and more extreme. And some of the places you have hell. Really, I mean, there's hell going on in many places of Earth. I mean, I'm not saying it's great or that it's not horrible. I'm just telling you they allow it. Okay? The spiritual world allows it because they want to know what we're doing. They want to know where we go, what we want. Okay? But to make a long story short, this has always kind of been the spirit within this band somehow, everybody in his own way. And this is why we don't force lyrics in a certain direction. It's the way we think. And it just reflects in the lyrics in the end, roughly. It's not very concrete, it's very open.
I love that, man.